and gave him lot of blood thinners. The moment the patient received blood thinners, clogged sealed portion gave away, patient developed tamponade. What we did, we took out the blood transfusion, it went on until 11:30. Then we made a call. Okay, no more it can be continued. Let us open the chest. And we opened up and we and sealed it with bioseal, bioglue and came out. But if we had the assistance of artificial intelligence, probably you would have told us, Dr. Manjappa, your time is, your patient data is to tell effort, it is not going to stop. Okay? You please open the chest and do it. And probably instead of opening the chest at 12:30 in the midnight and going on until 2:30 early morning, we would have opened it at around 8:30. And the whole procedure would have been over by 9 and 9:30. I would have been sleeping or having dinner with my son and my wife by 9:30, 10 o'clock. That was not possible. And not only that, because we took out blood, gave it back, took out blood, gave it back, took out blood, gave it back. Lot of platelets were damaged. We nearly needed 4 days to recover his platelets because we had consumed the platelets, because we had out and given it back. In the syringe only, there were a lot of platelets, that is, blood clotting cells were destroyed. So, for them to recover, he needed 4 days. During that 4 days period, because he had already received 2 stents, unfortunately, by God's grace, he did not have stent thrombosis, otherwise he would have died in those 4 days. So, a lot of things can happen. You cannot blame me for that because I don't know. This is my first case in my life. This is how I deal with it. What will artificial intelligence do? It will collect the data of such patients from all across the globe. Many doctors would have handled such patients, many more than me compared to in an high volume center. All such data it collects, it analyzes what this doctor has done, what that doctor has done, what X doctor has done, what another doctor in Colombia has done. All those things it analyzes and gives a valid and appropriate, most followed recommendation to me. Okay, for such an event, you don't do this, you do this. That was not available for me. That is what artificial intelligence is going to do to us in future. Okay, here that's what is going to be done, and it also reduces the cost. Okay, it also reduces the cost. So now coming to the next slide. So let us now just look into what is the difference between traditional versus AI-based research. We are all doing research, even I am doing research, you will be doing research. What is the current research is doing? What AI is going to do to this research? See, if I want to do a research today, the first and foremost thing is I should have a hypothesis. I should have a research question. Okay? What is the research question? Could be anything. For example, you take any problem. So you pose a research question. Based on your research question or hypothesis, you develop the protocol. What do? You collect data according to what is your proposed research question that needs to be answered. You understood now? So here, what I am going to do, based on your research question, you devise a program. So and so data I require. For example, now we are doing a research on primary prevention of high risk patients using a particular drug. Okay. For that, I am going to collect the data, whatever that is required. This is called as unimodal data or low dimensional structured data collection. I collect the data and do the analysis by utilizing various statistical methods and ultimately come out with results. Most often, all our research, whatever we are doing in most of the medical colleges and engineering colleges and technical colleges, none of the research will be of very dogmatic value. The meaning of that, you cannot categorically recommend this. This is what the research have done. This is what you have to do. No, you cannot say like that. It will always be like a chicken and egg story. You don't know whether the chicken was first or egg was first. Okay, that is where you are going to end up. And to justify your research, you are going to further hypothesize and validate your hypothesis using someone else's trial. Someone else should have done some other mistake. That bias you still carry for your study also. This is the problem with current day research. But how have we evolved so much, even though there is still so much of limitation with current research? Because there are hundreds of things happening, hundreds of research papers that is getting published. And all of them will give, so when they are analyzed in a in NMAS, for example, as a meta-analysis or something like that. So then we come to a conclusion. Then we get the scientific gist. For that, we have to wait until we accumulate so much of research data. That is the problem with current day research. But what if we employ artificial intelligence in place of this regular research? In artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning tools, is there a research question? No. You don't have a research question. For example, there are 100 people over here. I just want to find out how many of you are having low blood pressure early in the morning, and if you do not have whatever, some vague thing I want to find out. What I need to do, I just have to collect every health pertaining data from you, health related data. Your height, your weight, your body mass index, okay, your visual acuity, your blood recordings, your family history, your personal history, your diet history. Feed everything into the computer. You don't ask any research question. Ask it to analyze. It will come with tremendous answers. It will come with some answers that you cannot even think of. Based on that, then you start looking at whether this particular answer, with this particular inference from the artificial intelligence is relevant for my practice or not. That is the beauty of artificial intelligence based research. And now, what you have to do here again I told you data. You feed the data to the system analyzes using multi neural networks, and then this data can come from electronic health records, medical images, regular day-to-day activities, lifestyle, ECG, etc. When it analyzes, it gives a new predictive data set can be given that predicts so many things and identify hidden patterns and also learn the best action. Okay, and it also suggests what is best for you. So that means so many hundred hidden things you can find out, so many hidden things which you would have otherwise never thought of can come to light with artificial intelligence, and to that we can start attending or addressing. Understood now? So that way, artificial intelligence in cardiology, you take out a lot of data from the patient, it could be electronic health records, it could be patient's personal information, it could be imaging tools, it could be social media. So for example, you go to Google, you search for a BP apparatus, you go to Google, you search for a pulse oximetry, you go to Google, you search for something else. Okay, some health related equipment you search. You take out all your data, preferences, search preferences, buying preferences, and everything. Everything you feed it to the computer. That it analyzes the pattern and gives us the data. That data that gives us the suggestion and inference. That inference can be utilized to a larger extent in a very effective way by the clinician. That is what is going to happen with artificial intelligence. And now this is another paper of ours, again published in 2020. Here, the artificial intelligence, what it will do? It can predict fatality. It can see, for example, a lot of data collected from you, health-related data, and so many, diet, exercise patterns, family history, genetic history, everything. Feed it to the computer. It can tell us how many of you can leave. See, for example, take out one young lady, ask her to come out, and then the data is available. Based on the data, environment data, you can predict, okay, this lady can live for so many years. It can tell that Manjappa, you can sustain so and so things at your so and so age. So to that extent, the artificial intelligence can influence decision making in not only cardiology, in medicine. And personalized prescription and precision medicine, I have told you already. To the patient. Every time physician cannot be right. However good the team may be, you are likely to still misdiagnose, still miss treatment, still miss some hidden pattern of the disease. That can be mitigated by the artificial intelligence. And police individuals' health, a person's health. We can always keep a watch on everyone's health. And cardiac imaging and robotic procedure. For example, currently, if I want to do a robotic surgery, if I want to put a stent to someone or put an ICU into someone, what I have to do? There is no artificial intelligence as of now. There is a robotics. Robotics is different from artificial intelligence. I have a robotic console I sit in the console. Instead of operating on the patient, I sit in the console using the arms, robotic arms. I manipulate in the console, looking at the screen and do the surgery. That is not artificial intelligence. Even this robotics can be largely influenced and refined by artificial intelligence. That is going to happen just a couple of years down the line. Take it from me. Maybe my generation will be the last generation will be physically operating on patients. 10 years down the line, the way things are evolving, I'm going to talk at the end, it will be huge. So you may, for your illnesses, may not be operated by a physical doctor rather than an AI module or AI robotics. Okay, so this is another article of ours, the emergence of artificial intelligence in cardiology, current and future application. This was published. Again, you can check that out. And I have also, we are also doing a couple of projects with some people. This is one of the projects with the IIT Delhi. One of my good friends, Professor Anurag Singh Rathore, is from the Department of Chemical Engineering in the University of Delhi. We are doing one study. What is that we are doing? I don't know whether we can play this. Sorry, that video. Okay. Anyway, just play that video. Okay. Here, predicting heart failure, hospitalization, and death using machine learning. If you keep it in the same folder, it will automatically play. Okay. Just go here, click here. Okay. So now, without getting distracted, so what is the meaning of it? Predicting heart failure. So you all know, because there is enormous improvement in the way we manage heart attacks. There are a lot of patients who are getting good treatment for heart attack and they are surviving. But this survival will also come with a huge burden of heart failure. Because their heart muscle is damaged, they are going to end up with reduced pumping capacity of the heart. This is called as heart failure. This heart failure is a deadly disease. Okay? It is much more deadlier than even your cancer or any other communicable diseases put together. So heart failure patient, if somebody is having an LV ejection fraction, pumping capacity less than 40%. What is the normal pumping capacity of you and me? It is more than 60%. It can be 60, 65, 70. I will think it's normal above 60. Okay? If the heart's pumping capacity comes down to less than 40%, then it is called as heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. This heart failure with reduced ejection fraction can have very high mortality if you do not treat it. Okay? What will happen? If I start treating patients with 10 patients with heart failure today, if the patients are getting admitted, before the patient gets out of the hospital, 1 out of 10 patients will be dead. By 30 days, 1.5 to 2 patients will be dead. By 2 to 3 years, 50% of the patients will be no more. By the end of 5 years, 1 out of 10 patients will be among you. Just remember, if any of your kids can kill your father, mother, grandfather, anybody, if they are having heart failure, it is such a dreaded disease. If it is not handled, managed by a good doctor, okay, these patients will not see the light after 5 years. Okay, this we want to predict. How do we want to predict? For this, we will collect multivariate data. Multivariate data, different data. For example, patients age, diet, okay, all those things, these illnesses, comorbidities, height, weight, everything. That is called, and the symptoms. For example, whether somebody is having breathing difficulty, chest pain, chest discomfort, any symptoms, whatever symptoms that is related to patient's problem, they all will be collected. And at the same time, his dietary habit, sedentary lifestyle, how much of exercise he does, what is his family history, everything, personal history, how many cigarettes he smokes, whether he smokes or not, whether he drinks or not, all those things will be collected. That is called as multivariate data set. We keep multivariate data set in one box, okay? And then we take out 2 imaging modalities from the patient. The patient may be having heart failure, the patient may be having completely normal, just like you and me. We are not discriminating. We are collecting data from both of them. We are collecting this particular echo video for 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds in one particular view. That is a typical 4-chamber or a typical 3-chamber view. Okay, and then one similar kind of video or imaging we are going to take from the cardiac MRI. So we have got in one box multivariate data, everything pertaining to the patient, and in another box we have got echo videos in a particular clip. Why am I not starting from different angles? Machine cannot predict. Again, there will be a lot of differences. One particular view only we are collecting from all the patients, and one particular view only we are collecting MR images, and then we are feeding this into the system. Okay, this is what we have developed. The data set, echocardiogram, MRI, and multivariate data. This will be analyzed by the system for ejection fraction, systolic volume, diastolic volume, again wall thickness, and the patient's age, gender, lab test symptoms, all those things will be analyzed by these gene interface, and then it gives what is normal, what is abnormal, and then again it will take the input image and then consider the multivariate data also, and then give us a predicted image, and this predicted image and predicted this one can tell us whether this patient is likely to end up with a hospitalization in another 30 days, or 1 month, or 2 months, or 6 months, or 1 year, or whether this patient is likely to die in a heart failure in 1 year time. That's what we are trying to develop. This is purely artificial based, intelligence based. This we started before the age of ChatGPT. We did not know that artificial intelligence evolved so much, and for this we needed data. We cannot have this artificial intelligence module with just only 600 patient data, 300 patient data. For that, we colluded with Stanford University, took around 20,000 patient data, and then that we fed into the system, make it learn. Then we started giving the data. It has already learned certain things from the Stanford data. Now it is able to recognize the patterns. Now, over and above, if we want, for example, search imaging, we take the multivariate data, images from both echo and the cardiac, feed it to the system. It can predict about it. That's what we have done, and this is what this is the various steps by which this is the multivariate data that I have already mentioned. Our primary objective is to predict heart failure using echocardiogram, MR images, and multivariate data in apparently healthy individuals. That is one. To predict death and readmission patients with established heart failure. Okay. And the third one, the secondary or generalized objective would be to create an app with selected features that predict death and readmission in these heart failure patients. This project is ongoing. We asked for some funding, and we don't know. We have not yet received any funding from ICMR, likely to be received anyway. So this is another project that I did, during COVID times. During COVID times, we were all worried. We were all like, everybody, nobody, even our post you may be, your kids and your wife and girlfriend also, you try to keep them away. Never allow them inside or never allow them anywhere nearby. That's what was happening. During that time, we colluded or we had an arrangement with one of the startups from Bangalore that is called VEngage.ai. Here we developed a module that is utilization of artificial intelligence based post-discharge monitoring capsule in patients with acute coronary syndrome and heart failure patients in a tertiary care center. What we did? What is acute coronary syndrome? Anybody who is getting admitted to the hospital with heart attack is called as acute coronary syndrome. So for these patients and anybody who is getting hospitalized for heart failure, to remote monitor them once they go back home, how do we monitor them? So for that, we developed a module with VEngage.ai, Bangalore-based startup. What we did, again, we took out relevant medical data application, fed into the system, and ultimately we would have subjected the patient for angiogram, angioplasty, sometimes bypass operation, we would have put the patient an ICD, frontal cardio, defibrillator, we would have put the patient cardiac resynchronization therapy, and all those things would have done. All those minute data will be fed to the system, and the patient will be receiving an app on his mobile phone. If on one day, for example, the patient will tell, doctor, I am having lower limb swelling, lower limb edema, okay, my legs are swollen. So what he has to do, either via text or via voice, he has to open the app, tell them, Dr. Manjappa, I am having my leg swelling. It can be even in Kannada, okay. Then my app will ask him back, what is your increase in weight? What was, when did you check your last weight? He will tell yesterday or day before yesterday, 4 days back. Then it will ask whether you are having breathing difficulty at the same time. So it will record the answer of the patient. And then it will ask him again whether you are having any difficulty while lying down at night. If the patient says yes, it will record. And then it will prompt another question, whether you are having any breathing difficulty during daytime when you lie down. If you answer yes or no, it will take out that response and it will process everything and it will send a flag for me. It will send a message to me. It could be a red flag, it could be a yellow flag, it could be a green flag. I will receive. Mr. Gurubasappa from Malay Madheshwara Betta or Hannur is having features of acute decompensated heart failure, Dr. Manjappa. It keeps blinking in my mobile phone. This is what we have developed. Okay? This we have to release. Again, Google asked for 15 to 25 lakhs to release an app, and so many people have to download it. So now we are getting it evaluated by a third party, so we can release this app. This is another work that we have done in our center. So now coming to what are the other scopes of artificial intelligence in cardiology? Arrhythmias. I told you in the beginning only, atrial fibrillation is one of the arrhythmias. Arrhythmia, what is? This is an etymologically, if you split the word, arrhythmia. Rhythm means rhythm. Okay? So if it is non-rhythmical, that is called as arrhythmia, arrhythmical. Okay? Any irregular heartbeat. So there are 101 reasons why a patient can have irregular heartbeat. There can be extra beats from the ventricles, there can be extra beats from the atria, there can be atrial tachycardia, there can be focal atrial tachycardia, there can be ectopic atrial tachycardia, there can be atrial flutter, there can be typical flutter, there can be atypical flutter, atrial fibrillation. Okay, there can be different kinds of heart blocks, there can be ventricular tachycardia, there can be supraventricular tachycardia, there can be AV nodal reentry tachycardia, AV nodal, atrioventricular tachycardia. Torsade is defined, there are so many things. Okay, it will all go above the head for you to start enumerating them. Now there are some arrhythmias which are non-fatal, which are kill the patient. There are some which can kill the patients. So these arrhythmias, I will tell you, there are many good doctors in Mysore. Even 40 cardiologists who make them sit here, give complex arrhythmias. 90% of them will not be able to make a diagnosis. I will tell you why at the end. I will conclude with an anecdote. Okay? That means we are all bound by, limited by human things. Okay? We want to overcome this. We want to mitigate this. That's where your artificial intelligence comes. Then, acute coronary syndrome. You can predict an acute coronary syndrome. You can guide the junior most doctor in the emergency department what needs to be done. If the acute coronary syndrome is a STEMI, elevation of mind, or non elevation of mind, or unstable angina, whether it is an high-risk case, whether he needs immediate angiogram or angioplasty, or whether he can be managed with medicine, still Dr. Manjappa comes to our body. All those things can be predicted by artificial intelligence and assist my junior. And similarly, heart failure. I told you heart failure is a killer disease that heart failure re-hospitalization, heart failure, sudden cardiac death, all those things can be predicted by the artificial intelligence. Cardiac malignancy, you can pick up cardiac cancers, okay? And then sudden cardiac death. There is an entity called sudden cardiac death. I think last week, I think 10 15 days back, there was a one whole week of CPR, bystander CPR program. Every news channel was broadcasting. So, what if somebody has cardiac arrest? What are you going to in your campus, whenever when you are working in the field, when you are, that's what I told you regarding my brother-in-law. So his father had a heart attack, he gave CPR, but while transferring the patient from home to hospital, what did he do? He should have given CPR himself because the CPR has to be very forceful. You have to break bones to give proper CPR. Okay, that is the common dictum, thumb rule. What he has done, he has driven the vehicle, he has asked his sister-in-law to give CPR. Sister-in-law, you know, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಭಯ. So during those 3-4 minutes while he was driving, his brain has sustained hypoxia. Now he is gone. You understood now how we find? I understand that bystander CPR, that is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, can only save up to 10% of the patients. If 100 patients have out of hospital cardiac arrest, only 10 out of 100 will survive. 90 will not survive. But even those 10 is a big number. If there are 100 people who have died outside, if you can do a CPR and make them alive and bring them to hospital, that's a wonderful thing that you can do. You have given life to someone. So that can be done. Aortic dissection. This is again a very major emergency. If someone's aorta is Mahapadami, largest blood vessel in the heart, it can get dissected, it can get torn apart, and then the patient dies within no time. You know that can be predicted. And similarly, the predicting various diseases, recurrence of diseases, prognosis, whether this patient is going to do well or not, whether the patient is going to have a death in near future, all those things can be predicted. And most important, this artificial intelligence can assist the clinician in diagnosing and also diagnosing early and treating the patients early. So, are we not using artificial intelligence already? We are already using artificial intelligence. I have made multiple, this one regarding that. Okay, just one second. Calm down. Okay, so this we have already mentioned. Then what is new with AI? That I have already spoken, just a couple of slides back. Now, AI in cardiology, what we have already employed. So these are few of the things. For example, I do an angiogram and I take the help of artificial intelligence to predict whether a particular lesion is significant enough for me to stent or not. So that can be co-interpreted by artificial intelligence and LP. Okay, if I have a doubt, instead of asking another colleague of mine who can be having so many other reasons to misguide me. He may be having professional jealousy, he may be having some kind of, WhatsApp doctor comes now, that old man who tells, don't listen to any doctor, don't take any medicines. He's very famous, I don't want to name him. So, so such people are there. They are spoilers. So he himself has undergone bypass. That is unfortunate thing. But he will tell you, do not take your son, father, mother, whoever sister, don't take him back. So these kind of people are there in society. Okay, so there are various ways by which you can gather, popularity. This is one of the cheapest way, simplest way. See, for example, I do quality work, I do develop all those things, treat patients. It's very difficult for me to attain that kind of popularity. On the other hand, I start making such nonsense videos and open my own YouTube channel, start giving yarn to everybody without any scientific basis. I can become an icon in few years' time. It's always easy. Okay, so shortcuts will always get you more money, more popularity. So such people are there. So while going for walking, so you will ask your neighbor, what should I do? I am having. You may be having a very close relative who is a doctor. Instead of asking you, will ask him. What he will say, he will tell what he has understood. I will tell you, in my life, since 1990, for another 16 years I was studying. Still I am not complete. With so much of knowledge also I am not perfect. Just imagine your neighbor or your friend or your colleague who has no idea whatsoever, who has just Googled for a couple of minutes, what he will be able to give you the health tip regarding your own health. So please do not ask any of your relatives. So, and also remember, anything, anecdotally speaking, has got no meaning, no scientific background. See, it has suffered for a relative or hangaಯಿತು, ಕಷಾಯ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ವಿ, ಆಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Who knows? That is coincidence. He has proved it. See, for example, you want to prove one of your thesis or hypothesis, you have to prove it cannot be a one-odd incident. Please don't take that into consideration. That's why we practice what is called as evidence-based medicine. It is not bogus medicine. It is not because something happened to my father, that's why you follow that. No, something happened to me, you follow that. No, it is not that. It is proved beyond doubt in randomized control trials, taking into consideration all the biases, limitations, and everything. So you all know because we are all in research. Okay, so that's why this can help us in diagnosing these patients. And also, smartwatch, one of the easiest, one of the wonderful inventions. You wear a smartwatch, you can register your rhythm. And similarly, so for example, in cardiovascular imaging, there are various imaging modalities, micro stress perfusion, cardiac MRI, SPECT, so many things. But all these imaging, so to a radiologist, it can assist helping him diagnosing the condition. Now let's come to these very tricky chapters. I think for the first time, ChatGPT was released way back in 2022, November 30, right? Okay. Then 6 months later, Bard came. ChatGPT was by a company called OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI is now acquired by who? Microsoft. Satya Nadella's company. You know, Microsoft is they are known to kill businesses. Okay, they are highly competitive. They will kill fellow businesses mercilessly. This Microsoft acquired OpenAI, and then we all thought mostly Google is gone because Google came up with what is called as Google Bard. ChatGPT at that time could defeat the most professional, whether it comes to chess, whether it comes to competitive examination, whether it comes to predictability. More than 90% of the time, ChatGPT would win, and only less than 10% of the time humans would win. So that is the kind of result, and it revolutionized. Now there are a lot of people who are giving courses to generative AI, artificial intelligence, and ChatGPT, how to use different modalities of ChatGPT and everything. Then Bard miserably failed. We all thought Google is gone. And then came December 6, 2023. They have come up with what is called as Google Gemini. Google Gemini Ultra, Nano, and something else, one more. And based on the volume and the sophistication refinement. And now, what is this? Google Gemini will definitely kill ChatGPT. Probably, I am not a technician, technocrat. What I have understood is right. Google Gemini will eliminate ChatGPT in a couple of years' time if OpenAI and Microsoft, if they do not revolutionize their product. Why is this happening? ChatGPT, for example, was a unimodal thing. So everything, whatever you wanted to search, for example, you have to input in text. It did not have a backup. Okay. On the other hand, what is happening with Google? Google is the single largest search engine in the whole world. It accounts for nearly 91% of the searching, internet searching that happens across the globe. That means Google literally has every one of our most private intimate things. You understood not? They have got huge amount of data. From the search engine only, they get billions of dollars profit. Now, they have developed a product called Gemini. This Gemini is a multimodal. You can give data in the form of text. You give data in the form of photo. I take a selfie, send it to my son. Okay, it is uploaded in Google Photos. That acts as a data for Google. And then I send a voice message to one of my other friends, or I deliver a talk in one of the forums. That serves as a data for the Google. Then I take a video. I go to some, hospital where somebody performs a surgery, takes a video and upload it, send it to my wife. That is via the interface of Google. That acts as this one. And there is so much of other data, whether I'm married, unmarried, whether vegetarian, non-vegetarian, what is my preference. All those things are gathered by silently Google. And now, just imagine Gemini with this huge big data, what it can deliver. It can kill ChatGPT in no time. Just wait for 6 more months. What we require is this kind of AI for medical field. It is not just unimodal. If it becomes unimodal, what I have understood, I will feed into the system. There are a lot of things arbitrary and there are a lot of things corollary to that I would not have paid attention. If you develop a comprehensive system like this, it can do wonders when it comes to managing illnesses. And now, let us, so far we have discussed so many things about artificial intelligence, how it can influence cardiology, decision making, and outcomes, everything. Now, let us understand some limitations. The generalizability of algorithms developed using high quality data in standardized research environments has to be validated when applying to diverse real world population. What is the meaning? Whenever we are trying to feed data to the artificial intelligence, we define data. You understand now? You try to make sure that all nonsense is eliminated. Only a set pattern is fed to the system. Okay, it may be different set of data, but all the data will be much more refined. But you face real world problem in a not so much refined way. Okay, the problem can be varied, the problem can be erratic. So whatever the system has learned by observing the systematic data, it can give certain suggestions. That suggestion need not be valid to your real life problem. You understand? That is where a man's role comes, a human brain comes into effect. Okay? And then variance and biases in the training data. Variance and biases, all these are technical terms, you can go back and read about it. So there will be biases introduced and the variances introduced, and there are also model overfitting. See, for example, you give hundreds of data to the system. There may be one data which is very awkward or which is very highlighted. That data will be overfitted to the system. When the system tries to interpret, it will forget about 90 other uniformly looking data, but it will try to exacerbate one data which is unique. That uniform overfitting can happen. Outliers, for example, there may be 1,000 data that you have fed to the system. 900 data are similar, they are homogeneous. Some 100 data are either towards the lower limit or towards the higher limit. These outliers can be overtly exacerbated by the artificial intelligence system and inadequate statistical correction and multiple testing. Okay, and then limited transparency around the process by which deep learning algorithms reach out their output. This is called as black box systems, and they require careful evaluation by researchers and clinicians and the regulatory authorities. Otherwise, what can happen? I think my generation, most of the faculty will be knowing Terminator series of movies, our generation, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You remember that where the Terminator AI mediated, Terminator try to terminate those that family, that science I forgot. So that can happen. So that's why this is just to understand if you want, variance is the consistency of learner's ability to predict random things, and bias is the learner's ability to learn the wrong thing. So these things can be included. Overfitting is one of the most important issues that I have already mentioned. With overfitting, the model tries to fit the training data entirely and ends up memorizing irrelevant data patterns, noise, and random fluctuations, and performs less well in a subsequent unseen data set. That is the problem. So effectively, overfitting violates the principles of parsimony. What is principle of parsimony? A well-known law of statistical analysis where parsimony highlights that a problem should be stated in the simplest possible terms and explained with fewest assumptions possible. This will be eliminated by overfitting. And the effect size, instead of the p-value, we take into consideration what is called as effect size, when it comes to artificial intelligence mediated interpretation. Now, these are some of the applications of artificial intelligence in cardiology. They have done trials, they have given the specificity, sensitivity, although it is not come into the mainstream of cardiology practice. These are all there, just to memorize, highlight few of the points of identification of arrhythmia, various bundle branch patterns, premature ventricular complex, atrial complex, discrimination of the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, prediction of arrhythmogenic cardiomyopathy, for example, and coronary artery disease. So these are all various fields where they have done a lot of research work. Still research work is going on, and that is the sensitivity, specificity. This is the data amount of data fed. So you can just to tell you what is going on in cardiology. Okay, these are various things. And if any one of you are developing any artificial intelligence module, this is what you should look at. FDA approval, AIR, machine learning based medical technologies or software. These are some of the softwares for atrial fibrillation, lung QT syndrome, so all these are the software you can utilize. Based on them, you can build upon your own. Okay, and these are various softwares that are available now. Before me ending my talk, I will just show you one of my publications which I published way back in 2018. Okay, so what happened? Uh, this lady, 55 years old lady, had multiple episodes of resuscitated cardiac arrest. That means she had syncope, loss of consciousness. She was taken to hospital. Some doctor attended to her and made a diagnosis of fits or seizure, gave therapy. She went to all big hospitals, Nimans, Jaydeva, various hospitals in Bangalore. So many hospitals she went. She roamed around, prescribed only fixed medications. Okay? And way back in 2018, she came to us with one episode of resuscitated cardiac arrest. At that time, we documented an ECG. This ECG, this pattern is called as Torsides de Pointes. Okay, that's a French word. Okay, here, because of the long QT or QT prolongation, because of some underlying what you call electrolyte imbalance in the body, she had a QT prolongation. That prolonged QT was giving rise to TD, Torsides de Pointes. Otherwise, called as polymorphic ventricular tachycardia. If anyone is having polymorphic ventricular tachycardia, is a detrimental arrhythmia. Okay, I will tell you one general scenario where patients can have polymorphic ventricular tachycardia. For example, somebody develops vomiting, frequently vomits, 10 episodes, 20 episodes. The patient does not go to any hospital. Patient is having underlying comorbidity, or even the patient may be apparently healthy. The patient can end up with what is called as potassium loss. The body will be lost with potassium. The potassium levels will come down. The potassium levels goes down. The person's QT, that QT is the interval between this one, in the ECG, that is two complex separation. The QT interval will get prolonged. Then what will happen? The new extra beat, if at all coming, or another heartbeat, if it is coming extra from anywhere in the heart, if it is falling in the prolonged QT period, then it is called as R&T phenomenon. That will trigger the heart to run like a mad. Okay? Heart will start beating very, very hard. If these patients are not identified and treated appropriately within time, most of the patients will be dead in 3 minutes. Okay? And unfortunately, this is one arrhythmia. Even if the patient goes to the hospital, the doctor tries to give shock. This is shock resistant arrhythmia. You have to identify what is going on inside and treat it properly. So this is what she was having. But all along, from last 6 years, from 2018 to 2012 onwards, she had multiple self-terminating episodes. She used to go to hospital. By God's grace, it was terminating automatically on its own. And no treatment was needed. You understood that? So then she came. Then I thought, this is not regular fits. So then she said, such and such doctors in Bangalore, so and so. I said, no, I is not fitting in. So this is not explaining your condition. Let me examine you. I just did a thorough examination. These were initial examination conditions. Look at her hair. She was almost like bald as like me, okay? And then she was losing hair, the frontal baldness was there. And her nails were brittle. They are very unhealthy, brittle, okay? And the patient had even lost eyebrows, okay? And then I was suspecting there is something going on. So there may be some kind of electrolyte imbalance, especially magnesium deficiency. Because magnesium deficiency would explain all these things. So then, so I searched for any other underlying drug which may be causing a magnesium deficiency. She was not receiving any medication. Our IV magnesium level, whenever we estimated, from the blood, it was always good, 1.2 to 1.3. If the patient is having magnesium level less than 1.4, the patient can have prolonged QT, toxin is declined suddenly. Okay. Then we search no obvious reason why she should have magnesium deficiency. No diarrhea, no vomiting, nothing. Then I suspected maybe she is having deficiency because she is not able to utilize the magnesium that is available in the food. Then I know at that time that there is a gene called TRPM6 gene. That gene expression mediates someone's magnesium absorption from the gut. So then I started studying about TRPM6 gene mutation. And unfortunately, there was no available literature at that point of time. Even now, it is not available. This one unique case that is reported in the scientific literature. Okay. Then I suspected that is probably she is having TRPM6 gene mutation or it is under function. It is not at all functional. Then I subjected her for gene analysis. Okay. That costed her around 18,000 rupees. In the gene analysis, it came that TRPM6 gene was in fact mutated. It was not functional. So whatever magnesium you give her orally, she was not able to absorb that magnesium. When the magnesium is not absorbed, she will end up with hypomagnesemia and associated arrhythmia. Then, how to treat this baby? There is no documented literature in the literature, scientific literature. We don't know how to treat this patient. You give magnesium, she will not absorb. Then I devised my own tool. Magnesium sulfate is a very common injection available for only 100 rupees. So I asked her, she is from Gundalpet, a remote area, remote village from Gundalpet. So I asked her, you go to a nearby hospital, every week, once a week, you take 2 grams of magnesium from the local doctor, okay, every week. And on top of it, you start consuming tablet. And then from last 7 years, she was doing very well. 2008, last 5 years, 5 years she was doing very well. In 2023, even that was not working. Again, she started ending up with carcinogen parties. Then what we did? We performed only, unique, only one case has been done in Mysore. Video assisted thoracoscopic bilateral sympathectomy. So there is a nerve supply to the heart which influences heart rate. Okay, we opened that on either side, we cut the sympathetic nerve. That sympathetic entire chain was removed. Some 8 ganglia were removed. Okay, and now from last 7 months or so, she has not had any episode. This is a unique case report which was reported in the Indian Heart Journal, which is an LC publication, way back in 2018, I guess. Okay, and now the patient is doing very well. Why did I project this one? Just to show my publications? No, not really. This, for example, if we had an artificial intelligence system, if it had a data of similar patients, probably would have predicted. Probably would have told me, man, you are dealing with magnesium deficiency, probably she is not absorbing magnesium. Go ahead and treat her. Because we nearly took 3 to 4 months for this entire case to be evaluated. Because none of my friends knew, none of my professors knew, nobody knew. There was nothing available in the literature. And ultimately, the patient is doing very well. So this is where the artificial intelligence can make your life easier, especially for a clinician and the patient. Thank you very much for your patience. Any questions? I will be happy to answer.
Thank you. It has been such an honor to be part of this wonderful presentation. Thank you for guiding us about the article fibrillation and tools which help to identify article fibrillation. Thank you for giving the insights about AI, ML, and DL relating to cardiovascular medicine, which helps doctors identify problem clearly and take required actions to save a life. And we wish you all the best for your ongoing projects to predict heart failure. On behalf of MIT, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Dr. Manjappa and Associate Professor, JSS Hospital, Mysore. Now I request Balakrishna sir to give the token of gratitude to our guest. Finally, sincere thanks to all of you present here and making this event success. Thank you all.